Hey there, fellers. Welcome back to Good Enough Garage. Those soothing sounds you are hearing are the sounds of my not so beloved B&M shifter. So come around here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. As in this episode, we set out to finally replace it. Come on in, don't be shy. I'm going to take off my mic and set it down here for better hearability for you. So let's see how it shifts, okay? I want you guys to hear this firsthand. That's reverse. That's drive. That's whatever else is after drive. It did have a nice little label here that peeled off day one I bought it. So I just marked it with a Sharpie. But you can see it's just horrific. It's just horrific, and so it has to go. So I think I'm going to start out by removing the center console, and then I'll remove this guy. Maybe you can barely make it out, but this one is cable driven. I'm going to first remove the shifter, and then we're going to talk about the course of action here and my plan for replacement. So here we go. Not sure why I insist on turning to the shaky cam here to show you how I'm going to take this console out. Point is that not much is native to this truck. This center console is out of some other vehicle. I might be another GMC or Chevy, but it's not from, this era of truck. And I don't know why I insist on showing you what I'm up against in here, but there's 4 bolts going straight down through the floor, and I think there's nuts on the other side. So I'm going to need a friend to help me or get creative. The point is the center console is coming out, so I'll be back, and hopefully in the next shot you're going to see me lifting it out of the truck after depositing some change into the curse jar. Here we go. All right, so with the 4 bolts removed, we're ready to remove the center console. This should come out fairly easily and not make me look bad. And here I am faking a multi-camera shot because you all want to see me put a center console into the bed of my truck. This is the beauty of working on trucks, is that a truck comes with its own workbench, so you have some real estate to put your junk in. All right. So back to the shaky cam, and I'm not just saying this to hear myself talk. Never mind these pedestals here for my center console. What I want to point out to you is that this universal turbo 350 automatic transmission shifter that I have adapted to this Lexus gearbox, this is actually cable operated. This is what is known as a push-pull cable. And I'm sharing this because later when we take a look at the OEM Lexus 450H transmission, that is lever operated. It has essentially a metal rod and not a cable. And also I'm pointing this out to you because you can see that this has the cable go towards the rear of the truck, and the shifters I pulled out of some Chevys and different kind of vehicles in the junkyard happen to have the cables going forward that way. So I wonder how will that present a problem and how we'll solve it. But it's worth sharing for those of you thinking about this type of a conversion. You will do about 80% of your EV conversion fairly quickly, and then you're going to end up stuck in the adapter, cable, shifter, fitting hell. So that's where I'm at, and I just want to share it, that we are going to be using a cable shifter, but the cable is going to end up going forward. I realize that some of you may know more about these late 60s, early 70s Chevy trucks that built America And so I'm going to try to keep the narrative sort of in the middle, not burden you with too much detail, but also tell those of you who are not familiar a couple of the neat things about these trucks. They're really easy to work on, and they're very modular, and they are, of course, right now very desirable. So I say that because this turtle shell, as it is called, comes out, and I think that's the easiest way to get the shifter off, is that if we remove the entire shell, I noticed I put the bolts from the bottom up, and maybe I could get to them from underneath, but it's just easier to remove this shell. So I'm going to remove it. I think these trucks come with a couple different shells. I think the automatics actually don't have one, and I think my truck was modified to accept the shell. I think the stick shift trucks had a shell, and there was like the low hump and the high hump. Anyway, neither here or there. I'm gonna see if I can get these loosened up. There's always one, ladies and gentlemen. There's always one. Always one that will fight you. Okay. All right, so with the turtle shell bolts undone, and I spared you the agony of having to watch me undo the cable from the actual transmission shifter lever there, we're just going to lift this out, and hopefully it comes out easily as one unit here. And here's that cable. Okay, and once again, watch me fake it and move it into the bed of the truck. So here you can see how this all went. The cable went underneath the center console, obviously. There she is, maybe one final noisy shift. And here, this is how it's secure underneath. Obviously, I'm gonna remove that. Let's see if we can pull this off. Well, there it is, the entire nightmare completely liberated. Well, fellers, she's out, and I couldn't be happier. I think this is going to be a wrap for this video. I have some shop vacuuming to do here to clean this up a little bit. And this might be part one of what I envision to being a 3-part video series. In part 2, we will actually take a step back and take a look at the OEM Lexus GS450H floor shifter, and we'll see, maybe we can get it to work in here, or maybe we'll find out why we cannot, and why we're switching to a cable driven solution. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch me in the next one.